John Clark.
Hi, I'm John. Let's do some math. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a decimal application, and our first application is this. Global Livestock sold for $32.81 per share on Monday and for $33.87 per share on Tuesday.
Oh, cool.
How much did the stock increase per share from Monday to Tuesday? Alright, so we're given some information. On Monday, the stock is $32.81. That's Mondays. On Tuesdays, it ended at $33.87.
Cool.
The question is, how much did it increase from Monday to Tuesday? Well, we can see that it did increase, so clearly this is not a stock that I have in my portfolio. Anyway, so in order to find out what the increase was, we need to find the difference, and we find the difference by subtracting. And whenever you do addition and subtraction with decimals, the thing you have to remember is to keep the decimal lined up, alright? So since we're doing dollars here, we've already got our decimals lined up. That's convenient. So we can do the subtraction just like we would whole numbers, alright? What's 7 minus 1?
6.
Oh, that's right, it is 6. Okay, very good. 8 minus 8?
0.
0, that's easy. Alright. Oh, and now we come to our decimals. We can just drop our decimal down. Put a decimal right there. Alright, 3 minus 2?
1.
1. There you go. What's 3 minus 3?
0.
0, so there's nothing there. So here's our answer. 1.06, but it's not just 1.06. It was dollars minus dollars, so we end up with an increase from Monday to Tuesday of $1.06. Ooh, we made some money there. All right, so that is that problem. And for this next decimal application, I think I'm going to have Edgar come over and show you how it's done. Edgar, why don't you come over and take over here?
Good.
Thanks, John. Hey, I'm Edgar. I'm an elf. In fact, I'm the elf in charge of the sled and sled maintenance. And the big guy wants us to reupholster the interior. You know, he spills milk on those long rides sometimes, and it gets kind of stinky. But so we're going to do that. But in order to do that, I need to fill out a work order, and I need to know how much the fabric's going to cost. So here's our problem. See, the fabric that we're going to use, a special stain-resistant fabric, it's going to cost $4.95 per yard. And yard. Yes, okay, $4.95 per yard. And we're going to need 4.5 yards of it. So, 4.5 yards. So, if this fabric costs $4.95 per yard for each yard, and we need 4.5 of them, in order to find out how much we're going to need to multiply, okay? So, we're going to multiply these two numbers together. In fact, I'm going to rewrite this, because that's what I do. I'm going to rewrite it like this. $4.95 per yard. And I'm going to multiply that by 4.5 yards. Later I'll show you exactly why I did that, but for now, we're going to multiply those two decimal numbers together. And forget about this a moment, we'll come back to that later. Right now we're just going to multiply those together. And the first step in multiplying decimals is pretty easy. All you have to do is multiply them just like you would whole numbers, okay? So let's do that. Let's see. 5 times 5, we're going to start finding a partial product, and we're going to first multiply through with the 5. So 5 times 5 is 25. So we'll put the 5 here, carry the 2 up here. All right. 5 times 9, 45, plus 2 is 47. So we bring our 7 down here. Bring our 4 up here. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 4 is 24. So we're going to write 24 right there. Okay, so we have our first partial product. Now the next thing we do is we're going to multiply by this 4. We'll put a 0 in there, because this 4 is in this place. And 4 times 5, that's going to be 20, so we'll put a 0 there. Carry the 2 up to the top. Hey, there's a 2 already there. How convenient. All right. And 4 times 9, that's going to be 36, plus 2, 38. There you go. 8 there. Put a 3 up here. 4 times 4 is 16. plus 3 is going to be 19. Right, so we'll put a 19 here. All right, excellent work. So we've got our other partial product. Now what we have to do is add those partial products together. That should be easy. 5 plus 0, 5. 7 plus 0?
7.
7, of course. Everybody knows that. How about 4 plus 8? 12. So we'll put our 2 here. Carry our 1. What's 9 plus 2?
12.
Okay, you're getting a little bit ahead of me. 9 plus 2 is 11, plus 1 is 12. There you go. So we'll put our 2 here. We'll carry our 1 up here. 1 plus 1?
2.
Oh, that's the first thing you start with, right? We know that's a 2. All right, so we've got 2, 2, 2, 7, 5. But here's the tricky part. When you're multiplying decimals together, you need to go back to your to the numbers that you multiplied together, your two factors, and figure out how many decimal places were on the right of the decimal. Okay, so we have our decimal here, and we've got 1, 2 spaces, and in this factor, we've got how many right of the decimal? We've got 1 there, so it's 1, 2, and 3. We have 3 spaces to the right of the decimal, so our product is going to have 3 spaces to the right of the decimal too. So we can start over here and count 1, 2, 3, and right there. So now we have 3 spaces to the right of the decimal, and we've got 22.275. Now, if you want to do a quick mental check, you can look at it this way. 4.95, that's pretty close to 5, right? That's approximately 5. And 4.5, that's between 4 and 5. So if we multiply those together, we know that it's going to be somewhere between approximately 5 times 4 and approximate 5 times 5, which is going to be somewhere between approximate 5 times 4, 20, and approximate 5 times 5, 25. So we should know that our answer is going to be somewhere between 20 and 25, and sure enough it is. So, you know, if we put our decimal in the wrong place, we'd be able to tell pretty easily with this quick mental check. Of course, we got it in the right place on the first time because I am professional. So, that's what we got. Now then, this isn't just 22.275. What is it? What is it exactly we're getting? Well, look back here. We had dollars per yard times yards. So, if you do dollars per yard, and you multiply that by yards, then what do you get? Well, we're going to multiply that together. We're going to multiply dollars times yards and divide it by yard. Those yards are going to cancel out, and we're left with, sure enough, dollars. Makes sense, right? So we've got not just 22, but $22.27 and, oh, wait a minute. That can't be right. You know, when you write money, money is usually written in dollars and hundredths of a dollar or cents. So we have here, we have a partial cent there. Now your parents might have in their coin collection, they might have some half cents, but we really don't deal with those in these modern times. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to round out to the nearest cent or hundredths of a dollar. So let's do that. We've got our number here. We need to round to the nearest cent. And when you round, how do you do that? Well, if it's less than 5, you round down, and if it's 5 or greater, you round
up.
There you go. Okay, so let's go ahead and round up. We've got 22.275 rounds to $22.28. That's right, because we rounded up that 7. So we end up with $22.28 for the cost of the fabric to reupholster the sled. All right, well done. Good job, everybody. I'm proud of you. Now all I need to do is find some fabric that repels reindeer fur.